Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I actually went outside this weekend and touched grass. Well, okay, I really touched a pool, but you know what I mean. I'm Stella Chung, and we've got a lot of news to cover. In today's Daily Fix, Xbox Live Gold is retiring this year. Xbox signed an agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Fable's narrative lead leaves the company, and Star Wars Outlaws share some insight on their open world game. Today we mourn the loss of Xbox games with Gold, which lasted from July 2013 to September 2023. It was a great feature for its time, which helped bring features we now consider standard to online console gaming. And don't let us forget Xbox Live that served us on the original Xbox from November 2002, also retiring this September. Thank you both for your service. Xbox Live Gold will end specifically on September 14th this year and will be replaced by Game Pass Core, which Microsoft said is an evolution of Xbox Live Gold. Core will grant access to online console multiplayer and will give subscribers a collection of over 25 games to play on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One for $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. Starting September 14th, Xbox Live Gold members will automatically become Game Pass Core members, so your account will just roll over. Some of the Core games available at launch include Among Us, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, and Grounded. You can find our full list of games coming to Core on our site, and Microsoft announced more Core games will be listed ahead of September 14th. You can access any of your Xbox One games previously redeemed through Games with Gold if you remain a Game Pass Ultimate or Core member. But with 360 titles, you can keep those games in your library whether or not you're a subscriber. The launch of Xbox Game Pass Core follows Game Pass's first price hike since its debut 6 years ago. Game Pass now has 4 distinct offerings: Core, $9.99 a month, Console, $10.99 a month, PC, $9.99 a month, and Ultimate, $16.99 a month. Console Game Pass doesn't include access to online console multiplayer, but Core does. Jarrett West, CVP Gaming Marketing, said in a post on Xbox Wire, "We wanted to use this opportunity to reimagine how to include content with this subscription. We found that the answer to the most compelling catalog was to leverage select titles from our Xbox Game Pass catalog." Will you be using Game Pass Core? Or do you think you'll go with Ultimate for all the bells and whistles? Let us know. Microsoft had a busy week. Yesterday, Phil Spencer announced via Twitter stating, quote, "We are pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games." The actual details of this binding agreement weren't shared, but more will most likely be revealed soon since the Microsoft and Federal Trade Commission trial just ended in Microsoft's favor. Judge Jacqueline Scott Corley, overseeing the trial of Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, denied the FTC's request for a preliminary injunction by stating that Microsoft committed to the public and in writing that they would keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, bring it to the Nintendo Switch, and bring several of Microsoft's content to multiple cloud gaming services. Following this ruling from about 6 days ago, Microsoft definitely made good on their claims by signing this agreement with PlayStation. But this makes Microsoft one of the biggest, if not the biggest, third-party publisher on PlayStation's console. While this trial's ending was a big win for Microsoft, the deal has until July 18th, tomorrow, to be closed. If not, Xbox will have to pay $3 billion to Activision Blizzard and then renegotiate the terms of their merger. It's a bit ironic that while this weekend big strides were being made for Microsoft's proposed acquisition for Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 had an update that made gameplay performance less than ideal, and players flocked to the older Call of Duty games whose matchmaking started working again. Since the older Call of Duty titles had working and stable online play, the player count shot up with the players seeking refuge from Modern Warfare 2's bad server update. Black Ops 2 on Xbox 360 had over 10,000 players online this weekend, and Modern Warfare 3 on Xbox 360 had over 7,000 active players. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 issues should have been resolved by now with a patch to fix the performance issues on Saturday. But the fact that so many players still hold so much love for the previous games is really great to see. Microsoft definitely has a lot to keep up with if they do buy out Activision Blizzard. Everyone's been dying to learn more about Fable, and we have an update, but not necessarily a fun one. Fable narrative lead Anna McGill announced on Twitter that she is leaving Playground Games in August. Her post on Twitter reads, "Working on Fable was a dream come true for me, and it's wrenching to leave it behind. But Playground has assembled a heroically talented team, so I know it's in good hands. I'm excited for what's coming next, for them and for me. McGill clarified that her leaving Fable didn't have anything to do with the state of the upcoming game, and that her breakup with the studio was amicable. She said, "Some folks are being silly, so let me be clear. I reached a good stopping point to jump off the project, so I did. And I decided to take a small break before jumping into my next gig. That's it. I have nothing but fondness and respect for Playground and my colleagues there." Fable doesn't have a release date yet, but we know it's a reboot of the original franchise that started in 2004. Speaking of other highly anticipated games, Star Wars Outlaws shared insight on their game's open world. In an interview with Edge magazine, creative director Julian Garridy said Outlaws is taking a more handcrafted and manageable approach to their open world and would not be a procedurally generated world like Starfield. Garridy specified it's a crude analogy, but the size of one planet might be equivalent to 2 of the zones in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It would be 2 to 3 zones, but it's not this sort of epic the whole of England recreated approach. These zones seem to refer to the regions that make up Odyssey's gigantic map. Details on how many planets will be in Outlaws wasn't revealed, but Garridy made it clear that it wouldn't be an endless open world. Starfield, however, is set to have more than 1,000 planets with a lot of procedurally generated content. Star Wars Outlaws was revealed at this year's Xbox Game Showcase with a release date of sometime next year in 2024. Outlaws is also slated to have a presentation at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday, July 21st, so hopefully we see more news about Kay Vess and her adorable space axolotl. If you bought Xbox games with gold, what games did you redeem from the service? And are you excited for Fable? Let us know. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out our review on Viewfinder, a cute first-person puzzle platformer. Don't forget to follow us on all of your socials, subscribe to The Daily Fix on Snapchat and our YouTube. I'm Stella Chung, keep on gaming, and I'll see you next time.